We now need to grab chalk pastels similar to monochromatic, which means the same color but different values, so lighter and darker. I'm choosing green, so I chose like a lime green, a medium green, and this kind of looks like a forest green. I can test them right here on my paper to kind of show you. You can always do that as well, just to make sure these are the colors you want. We really want to make sure we have a light color, medium, and dark. This will help with the value of our project, which again shows the lightness and darkness, and also shows space and making it look like a three-dimensional lava lamp. So what we're first going to do is we're going to take our lightest color and fill in the water of our lava lamp. So I'm just going to go around on the edge of my project, kind of going around my globs on the outside. You can start doing this as well while I'm working on it. Again, remember that we're cutting these out, so if you go over on the outsides, that's totally okay. But try not to get it in this middle part and upper part up here. So again, I'm using the side of my chalk pastel, going around each blob, slowly and carefully. I kind of went a little over on this blob, but that's okay. I'm gonna carefully fill in. I'm not gonna fill in perfectly. As you can see, I have little gaps and holes, but that's what you can use your finger for, to kind of blend it and make the color fill evenly throughout the water of our lava lamp. Alright, you might still be working on yours, you might be at the same pace as me, and that's okay. My next step is now blending, so just using my finger or a tissue, I can even use a tissue right now, and blending this in. So again, if you're using a tissue, just poke your finger through, kind of like a little ghost almost, and then you can just carefully brush over what we just did. Again, this helps fill in all of those gaps and holes we might have missed with our chalk pastel, and that's okay, that's what the blending is for. Again, I accidentally went over my glob, it happens. We're going to cover it with color anyways. Now we're going to take our middle color, which is my medium green, and we're going to fill in the globs only. So again, same idea, outlining the area where we're going to fill in. Nice and slow, and doing the same process we did with the water. Going around each glob, coloring it in as best we can, and then blending. So I will do this with you while you work. You can even practice using different sides of your chalk pastel. I'm kind of using like the side almost rather than like a corner, and this kind of helps quicken the process of filling in each glob. Again, I'm going to take my finger or a Kleenex. You can use the same one, just find a new spot, make yourself a finger ghost, and fill in. Carefully going around. Try not to go outside of your glob so it doesn't hit the water. Just slowly going around. Sometimes blowing a little, because sometimes that dust of the dark green gets into the bright green and you kind of panic at first, but if you just blow just lightly, it'll be able to clear that up. If I see you blowing like the big bad wolf and dust goes everywhere, that's not okay, because that'll go in your friend's eyes, mouth, in the air, not cool. Alright, so we have our light color, our medium color. Now we're going to do our dark color. So our dark color is going to add some shadows and shape to our lava lamp. What we're first going to do is add it only to the right side of our globs. What side of our globs? The right. Again, this will show form, so making it look three-dimensional. So I'm just going to start with this glob. Watch first. I'm just going to draw a line on the side of it, inside of my glob. If you notice, I'm not going all the way around. I'm not going in the middle. I'm just kind of going on the edge. I'm going to do the same thing to each one. Just covering that edge part and kind of creeping over just a little bit on that arch. This one's kind of a goofy shape, but again, only the right side of your lava will we be adding this dark color. Again, coming back into this side, you might need to take a couple of swipes just to make sure you get that dark color in there. Alright, this is looking pretty good. Now I want to carefully blend it, just ever so slightly, kind of just going over it with your finger. You can brush it into the medium green as well if you'd like, just lightly. Again, this is just the shadow to make it look a little more three-dimensional, like it's going up and around like we would see in everyday life. Now with the dark side, that's where our shadow is, we need a light side. That's where the light is hitting. You're going to take a white chalk pastel. Mine has seen better days. It almost looks pink. If you need to, I just do a couple of brushes on the side, and just like that, it is clean and good as new. We're going to do a line of white chalk pastel on the left side of our paper. The highlight, as a lot of people call it. Again, same idea, but I'm just doing it to the left side. I'm going around my shape. It might not come out crystal clear white on top of the color you chose, and that's okay. Again, this is the highlight, so this is where the light is reflecting off of our lava, just on the right side. Or I mean the left side. Oh my goodness. Third grade, left side. Left side white, right side dark. So again, you can always take your finger, just brush over it just ever so slightly again, making sure that's blended in nice and good and sticking to your paper. So now it's kind of taking shape now on form, dark side to light side, showing that three-dimensional shape, space, form. We want to show form just a little more. We're going to take our dark color again, and we're going to outline everything we see. This will kind of give some variety, so change in the water, that lime green color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully go around everything. So I'm going on top of my lime green water. I'm going around my lava, because again, that shows really good difference between the dark green and that highlight we just added. I'm going around this side, down on my lime green water. Going slow is the best way to do it on this curve. And then we're just going around each lava glob. Around each lava glob. We're kind of outlining it so that it pops a little more against this green water background. Alright, now that we've outlined it carefully, you're going to take your finger and slowly blend it. You're just going to ever so slightly kind of pull it in to the middle. So again, if you get stuff on the outside, that's totally okay. I'm just taking my finger and lightly doing a little drag. So taking it, pressing, and dragging in. I'm going to do that all the way around my lava lamp. This also shows a lot of lava lamps, obviously the reason they work is because of the light. It heats up the lava, and this kind of makes that lime green color really pop, or in your case, that lighter color that you chose for your water. Going around. So even on this white side, try not to touch that white chalk pastel because it can affect that darker color. Again, just carefully pulling everything, that outline, into the lime green. Outline goes out. That might be an easier way to think about it. Outline goes out. Alright, so if you see any spaces that might not have shown enough of that darker color, you can always go back over it and just really make sure it is seamless on there, and then pulling. it's okay to do some touch-ups because we're not perfect here. We are learning. All right, this is looking pretty good, you guys. Now we're gonna work on the base and the tippy top of our lava lamp. So again, we want to show that form and space, making this look three-dimensional. We added these really nice curves on the bottoms. And what we're going to do is we're going to do our chalk pastel on the outsides of our base. And then we're going to pull the black inside, leaving the middle white for a little shine and shimmer. And I'll show you how. So again, I'm just outlining my lava lamp. I don't want to outline up here. If you do, just do a little bit and stop. Little bit and stop. We want to leave the middle white. In a little and stop, in a little and stop. Same thing up here. Outlining, stopping, because we want that middle to have a little bit of shine. I'm going to start to fill in the sides of my base. Again, the sides of my base, I'm not filling in the middle because that's where we'll pull the color in. Pull. I'm just kind of doing a little bit of a zigzag line on the edges of my base. The edges of my base. And now that I'm looking at it, I changed my mind. This is the best thing about art, is we learn along the way. I do want you to outline your whole project, even these little bits, because it'll make it look a little more finished. That was on Miss Walton. See, we're learning as we go. All right, now that it's kind of filled in, we're gonna take our finger or our tissue paper ghost, and we're gonna push this color into the middle. It'll kind of turn from this dark black that we started with into a lighter gray color. Pulling it in, but as you notice, I'm not going all the way through. I'm not going back and forth like this from one side to another. I'm going through, I'm pushing, and then I kind of release. Push, release. Because then it'll start to show us going from a dark value to a medium value to a light value. So again, pushing towards the middle, but not going all the way through back to back. Push, push, push. And just like that, we have a wonderful lava lamp that shows form, making it three-dimensional, has value. Remember, the lightest color to the darkest color. So if we look at green, a light, medium, and dark green. And we also are using organic shapes, geometric shapes, shapes with a sharp line. And I think this looks pretty spectacular.